What are some of the biggest legal challenges that startups typically face when fundraising, and how can they overcome them?
Valuation is the biggest challenge, I would say, because of the legal regulations that we have. So if you're accepting funds from foreign, either VCs, PEs, or even an NRI or anybody outside India, Foreign Exchange Management Act comes into picture, which says that you must have a valuation report from a merchant banker or a chartered accountant. Now, the Companies Act says you must have a valuation report from a registered valuer, which is a different concept. And Sandhya, you guys are into valuations and all that stuff. So, a registered valuer, which is registered by IBBI, which is another forum. Right. And Income Tax Act says if you're doing a valuation by discounted cash flow method that is based on your projections, then again you need a valuation report by a merchant banker. Otherwise, a chartered accountant report is okay. So three regulations giving three different sort of guidelines on how to take a valuation report. So more often than not, the startup has to take valuation from a merchant banker and a registered valuer, which increases the cost of compliance. Merchant banker reports are not easy, or not, I wouldn't say easy, but not, it increases the cost, a merchant banker report. And unnecessarily, even for the first round, getting two valuation reports just because these laws don't reconcile with each other is not good. For example, if you see, I'm sure many of the founders would be watching Shark Tank. There, the valuations are decided within seconds, within minutes on the television, right? Now, even those ventures need valuation reports from a merchant banker and a chartered accountant. Their valuations are fixed, but now then the CA, what they will do is force fit. The valuation is 3% equity for say 30 lakh rupees. And then the CA or the merchant banker is given that valuation, that make a report for this share. This is the reality that is happening. Founders give, or the investors dictate the valuation, and then the professionals are given the valuation to make a valuation report just like a paper compliance. That is a very big challenge, I would say, even for large rounds. Second challenge, that comes is issuing convertible instruments. For example, when a founder is raising the first round, say an angel round or family and friends round, the valuation is not decided, it's not discovered. So typically, a lot of people say that, okay, whenever you raise your Series A, say at an X valuation, you give us a 15% or a 20% discount to valuation at that time. That means I'll put in my check of 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs with no valuation. But yes, suppose after 1 year, if a private equity or a VC values you at 10 crore, 20 crore, give me a 20% discount at that time. But again, it's very difficult because as per law, you cannot issue shares at any price lower than the current valuation. So at that time, again, there are a lot of legal juggleries one has to do, how to issue more shares at that time, how to convert or backdating the valuation reports. So those legal challenges again come. I'd like to share my own experience of a check collection process. For example, when we were raising funds, it was a mix of family, friends, angels, and an early stage VC. It was all sort of combined because we raised after 4 years of our venture. So, we started collecting checks. So first we started collecting commitments, because that's how founders, they will make a lot of calls and somebody will say, okay, I commit 5 lakh rupees, I commit 10 lakh rupees, etc. And for example, we started with a valuation of say $5 million at that point in time. But then gradually, as you increase, as you keep calling more and more people, there will be negotiations, because no two people think alike. Somebody says, no, I can invest 25 lakhs, but only at $4 million or $3 million. And gradually, as you are increasing your sort of circle and connections, gradually valuation keeps changing. So at what valuation you collect the check, how, whether you collect it after taking commitments and then you arrive at a valuation, because valuation also keeps changing based on demand, supply, etc., etc. So it's quite a complicated process, but the company law requires you to pass a board resolution, pass a special resolution of members, file form MGT 14, decide your valuation, file it with ROC, then start the check collection process. So it's very, again, force fitting, I would say. The actual reality is different, and these compliances are different, and a lot of jugglery has to be done in association with professionals and lawyers and company secretaries to really force fit all these things. And FEMA has posed another challenge saying valuation report should not be more than 90 days old to the allotment date. So, fundraise takes time. It may take you 2 months to sort of start collecting your checks, and checks, all 30 checks, 50 checks will not come on day one. So, these are some practical challenges which come. And overall, I will say the entire process, including company law, we have authored 8 books on company law as eMinds Legal, and Abhishek also, I heard, has written some company law books. Company law should be very considerate as far as startups are concerned, and make this allotment process and the fundraise process extremely simple. It should be as simple as collect the checks, put it in a bank account, pass a board resolution or a shareholder resolution, and get done with it, instead of pass for a detailed offer letter itself. A pass for which every startup has to do with the help of professionals. It's like a prospectus. It's like, somebody's, it's like a mini prospectus. Somebody's going to market like a listed company. It's like 13-page document and stuff. So it's very, very complicated. All these things should be done. And then this is the experience as a check collection, etc., valuation. And then, of course, negotiating the shareholder agreement, reserved matters, board governance. Those are some things which, of course, all founders need to, deal with.